All right, welcome back into the basement and in front of the curtain. Back again for another week of Chicagoland racing.
God, one day we got to get our own studio.
One day.
It's a winter project, right? Along with all the other winter projects.
A lot of winter projects. They are mounting up fast. But that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
That means we're growing, we're progressing.
Also means our winter shrinks.
Yeah, right. But yeah, we got a weekend of racing, and for the most part,
Oh God, did we?
few tracks kind of like more like Southern Illinois. I think Farmer City and like the Indianapolis area kind of rained out.
Mm-hmm.
But we got all of Hell Week finished up. They have officially crowned Tanner English as the Dirt Car Summer National Hell Tour late model champion for the year. I know there was a little bit of Facebook drama with Jason Fager pulling off, and I guess he felt the need to make a video on why he pulled off. Truthfully, no real need for it, but he put it out there. And he was very clear that his intentions were not to run the whole tour. It just so happened that they rained out like 5 out of 6 events one week, and so they just kept on going with it, to pick up some nights. But
that one of those you're not running points until all of a sudden you are running points?
Right. Well, I think he ended up making it through I-96 in Michigan, and then he pulled off to come back and get things ready for I think there's a race at Farmer City that he was going to do Friday. Of course, it rained out. And then actually the Saturday was our buddy Anthony Craven and CR Towing putting on the Richard Craven Memorial Night over at Falls Fairbury Speedway there, which I guess we'll tell you all about that. It was a good show, it sounds like. We weren't there, obviously. But looking at the post, it looked like they had a good turnout. I'll see here we go. So the Drake Compton won the Pro Mods. Joe Brown won the Stock Cars. Jason Fager did win the late models. What a race. I think it's like race of the week on Flow. If you have that subscription. And Mike McKinney picking up the modified win. And I think 3 of those guys, I think Drake Compton's the only one that isn't sponsored by CR Towing or has some connection to the Craven family, which is really, really cool,
Yeah.
And maybe one of these years we'll rain out at Shady Hill and I'll head that way for the night and, support the Craven Foundation and support that night. But not the case. I was at Shady Hill. But we'll touch on that in a little bit. Finishing up with Hell Tour. They did the Michigan week there. The biggest news of the week was really the rough tracks, which could certainly be a topic of a discussion in any room in the race.
I think it's been, we've talked about it a few times.
It is almost to the point of being a dead horse. But, we saw at the Montpelier race, they were in victory lane, How was the race? Well, I don't know. I didn't pick the same lane twice. And the other guy, makes a comment about he hopes his car stays put in the trailer with how rough, the track was. And, fast forward, they're racing at Wayne County in Ohio there at the last night. They're racing, at, I think, another place in Michigan. And my comments about track surfaces has been very heavy this past week or two. And certainly, a lot of comments about Shady Hill and their track surface. But let's face it, like we've gotten a lot of rain, so there's a lot of moisture in the soil, so dirt's going to move around. It's track prep has been pretty difficult this year, it seems, and there's other underlying cause. I'm no track promoter. I don't know what all it takes. I just know that it's not just 1 or 2 tracks. It seems to be a number of dirt tracks that are struggling with track prep this year. The only thing I can think of is how much rain we got. Of course, we're going to dry out here, and everyone's going to complain about how dusty it is. So you can't win.
You can't win.
You can't win. So there's that rant. On to the next thing. But yeah, so Hell Tour's wrapped up. I made it out to Kankakee for autograph night and vintage night. Mike Spatola wins his 8th feature on the year. I think he's won all but one at this point. Mike McKinney. Did I say Mike McKinney? Mike Spatola. Did I say that right?
Yeah, you said it right.
All right, Opie won the late models, making it number 8. Mike McKinney wins the modified feature. Zane Reitz won the stock cars. I feel like I'm just running through the Hell Tour night.
Just about, yeah.
Let's see. David Lauritsen won the Sport Compact. Mason Duncan won the Pro Mods. Matt Prodell won an exciting Crown Vic race. And Cody Clubb managed to pull off the vintage feature win. It was a good night, and to go have that doubleheader that week was kind of rough on me. I'm getting the photos from Monday edited and posted Friday morning, and go to work, come home, and shoot right out to the track to shoot again and have another full night of racing. But we got it in, and that was important because, as I said earlier, Farmer City had rained out, and I remember Knippenberg coming on the radio probably, I don't know, I think we had 3 or 4 features left, and he says, I know you guys are doing your best, but can we do better because there's rain off to the west, sort of thing.
Yeah.
We ended up finishing and getting everything in before any sort of rain came through. But, they run a good show out there. They're very efficient. But yeah, we're getting set here for the big break out there. What else happened? Grundy race Friday. Why don't you tell us all about Grundy?
Grundy, Friday night at Grundy was wild. If you haven't been to Dimmitt's YouTube page to watch all of the features, at least the features, watch the heats too, but the features were something else, man. So the Mid-Am, Clay Kurtz won the Mid-Am race after leading all of the front stretch on the final lap. So Marky Sontag and Timmy Stewart put on one hell of a show, and just going through 3 and 4 on that last lap got tangled up, and Clay had left enough room that he skated around on the outside and just snuck out with the win. Fittingly renumbered the car in honor of the late Tony Izzo Sr. It's Kelly, Eddie Wolf's wife, Clay's mom. Was related to the Izzo family. I think she said uncle. Maybe somehow they're related. So honoring the Izzos, swapping over to a pink 66 on the traditionally black and white number 88. So, cool of them to pick up the win, especially given what was going on in their family. Street stocks. My personal friend, Christy Penrod, sneaking away with the win there too. Just barely edging out Ryan Dawson in both the race and the Taco Bell bet, which is dangerous right now. Maybe hold off on the actual tacos. Ben Goebel picking up the
Bell bet? Go back.
I think it's just whoever wins has to buy Taco Bell, or whoever loses has to buy it. Somehow there's the purchase of Taco Bell involved.
Meat and cheese only, no lettuce.
Yeah. So Ben Goebel picking up the win in the Crown Vic division. Eddie Legui dominated all night, and I think I want to say he had a tire go down partway through the feature. Went in to change it, had to restart from the back, and just didn't have enough time to work his way all the way back up. So Ben Goebel coming out with a win. I want to say it was Ben and Greg Taylor racing, and they were right there neck and neck at the line too. Ben just eked it out. What else do we have? Jacob Sinercha picking up the midget victor. Sorry, the Midwest Pavement Midget Series. There we go. God, I'm turning into you. Anyway, the midget division. Jacob Sinercha getting his, I think his first feature. I know his first feature win this year at Grundy in the midgets. So yeah, good for them. Let's see, what else do we have? We had Jacob Coppers picking up the first HSRA race of the year now that they've finally managed to get a race in instead of getting rained out. And then we were back on Sunday for Enduros. Ryan Lagasty picking up the A division Enduro win there, and Len Kaprowski, there's a name we haven't heard in a while, picking up the B division win. Shout out to Alex Treptu, who I think has won all of the enduros we've had there the last forever. Didn't quite make it this year. Got involved in an incident in the first 20 laps. It ended up with him upside down in turn one. So
It's not the
glad to
first
see.
lap they pay you for; it's the last one.
And that was a lot of laps too. So glad to see he's doing okay. Hopefully he can get that car put back together in time for the Labor Day Enduro, which I think is the Fall Brawl 200 out there.
How
So
many
yeah,
you
I
guys
was.
get? I know. Grundy County Speedway was hoping for a bigger car count. Did you get more?
Yeah, we got about 40 this time, and I know of at least 5 that could/should have been there, but ran into difficulties getting the car together, or in Chris Kane's case, getting the trailer in one piece.
Interesting.
So there was a serious effort made, and hopefully it's enough to keep running the enduros. I know there was talk that the Goblin is staying. Whether or not the Enduro series throughout the year keeps going is really kind of dependent on attendance. So if you want to keep running enduros, you got to keep running enduros.
Yeah, definitely. If you want to keep racing,
So
you got to keep racing.
and special shout out to Dutch Mafia, who I know, that's their thing. But bringing, I think, 10 cars in between all the drivers there. I know we passed a couple on the way to the track Sunday morning.
Yeah. Awesome. That's good. Good to see good support out there for the enduros.
Yeah.
Let's see. Shady Hill, we did. What do we have? We had the Illiana Mod Lights come in. Unfortunately,
the
low
small
car
ones.
count. Yep. Low car count. I think maybe we had 3. 65, 40. Yeah, 41. Maybe we had 4 of them. And just truthfully, we need more cars there. And I don't know anybody in that series. I don't know anybody that's got one. But I know that they're just old Legend chassis with modified bodies on them. And they run kind of like a Legend motor almost. A little dirt bike motorcycle type motor.
I was wondering how all that worked.
Yeah, so basically it's the old Legend cars that they just put a modified body on. And to spice things up, they ran backwards.
Oh, wow.
Not in reverse, but just the opposite way around the track. So that for their heat, they did that, and then ran the normal way, traditional way, go fast, turn left, for the feature. But we brought them in on top of our normal night, which is no longer normal. We have a new normal. We have split the 4-cylinder, the 4-banger class, into pros and stocks. And
yeah, I saw there was a little bit of Facebook drama on that too.
Imagine that. Well, this is, my Indiana beverage people will enjoy this. But we have part of our mission statement, embracing change is, as a way for the future or something like that. You should probably learn it. But yeah, man, this is a big change, and I feel like it's positive. I think more than not feel like it's positive. I think you're going to have a handful of racers that can't afford the equipment, don't want to afford the equipment to race with, the guys in the pros that do. But because they've been racing, they've won features, like, you're not going to be in the stock class. The stock class is really, I think, more geared towards those just getting in to the sport.
I know out at South Bend and Plymouth, they ran it like that for years. So I would imagine there's at least some precedent there on the asphalt side. I feel like it worked well having, the faster, spend more guys that they're going to go out and build themselves a race car, and you got the people that just bust the glass out, want to race, maybe don't have the time or the wallet to be competitive with the fast guys. It's a good opportunity to, get into racing, get started, learn how to do it, learn what you're doing. And then when the time comes that you want to throw some more money at the car, you've got some place to go. Or, that one of the things with South Bend was, you hit the breakout time, you got to go run with fast guys.
Yeah. There's different ways around to handle this, and I'm sure Billy and Tammy will, experience the growing pains in it. But I think what was really unique is, like, we still got like 40 of them. We had 2 20-car fields. I will say, there were no Consi features for them. We're not putzing around with 5 or 6 cars and get 3 of them and
Mm-hmm.
having to run this 10 lap conti feature. It was
Right.
your stock 20, your pro 20, and they went, and maybe there
And
weren't
I
like 20
feel
pros,
like
but
a setup like that would encourage more people to participate because you do have a better chance.
yeah. Well, we'll get to it, but we got our own positives, and one of our guys was very happy about it. Trevor Day, who won the stock feature, was very excited about it. I do believe Tyler Luttrell finished third in the pro feature, and I believe said it's stupid, it's dumb, I hate it. So that's that's what it's going to be. So he's
Mm-hmm.
he's racing Aaron Tapman. We had a couple SCDRA guys show up. It's yeah. The competition and equipment is much better in the pro class. So you're gonna have to work for it, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
racing. We're competitive, so it's not easy. And that's anything worth doing isn't easy. So
Right.
I guess there's my rant on that now. Full rant. We'll see how many more rants I have tonight.
Oh, I'm sure we can pull some more out of you.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, so we had Trevor Day win the Kondo and Sons four banger stock feature. Zachary Malone is now 2 for 2 at Shady Hill in the Indiana Mod Lights. He won the time that showed up last year, and he won Saturday night a couple of days ago. Bryce Scheidler finally found his way back to victory lane. Reigning feed barn modified champ out there at Shady Hill. Has kind of taken some time off, did some traveling a little bit to other tracks, but he's been struggling a little bit. I know broke some things and whatnot and flat tires, and he put on a hell of a race with Frank Marshall there to get the win on Saturday night, and that was very awesome to watch, very fun to watch. I encourage anybody to come out to Shady Hill and watch some of these races. There's been complaints about being a one lane track, but I suppose the ultimate equalizer are when holes open up. But it was a good race between those two of the mods, and Boda Young stuck his nose in there, making it kind of a 3-horse race. I think Frank kind of fell back there the last couple laps, but yeah, Trevor Binderling wins again in the Bombers. The guy's on a tear this year. Did have an incident a few weeks ago, and then was required to start at the back, and I think that feature was like the last one in June there, and I think he still got himself like a top 8, top 9. It was still a good race by him, but he won this week. And then of course I mentioned him earlier. Aaron Tapman has gone back to back in the 4 cylinders, winning the Kondo and Sons 4 bangers pro class feature this week. And then our buddy Kyle Cooper, who is just also on a tear in the late models, and he's parked it in victory lane yet again. So big night out there. I shouldn't say big night, regular night, normal night. But yeah, we had a good night overall out there.
And I thought I saw Danita got a podium finish and was all hyped up about that.
Danita got herself a top 3. I think she finished third because it was Kyle, Daniel, Danita. Right there in the
either way, she had to go up there and talk to Josh Lank. So.
yeah, in the JB West Rebel late model class. That was Shady Hill. A lot of other stuff went on this weekend.
Yeah, I made it out to Plymouth for the first time all season.
The Gambler,
which was minus the Outlaw late model class because they are still unfortunately rebuilding enough cars to actually put their race together. And
yeah,
God, I just feel so bad because, man, I want to go out there and I want to watch late models. I enjoyed everything else I was out there, had a great time, but man, I know car count out east is a bit of a struggle. I know all the other tracks in the area, they had a good car count, and the divisions that raced at Plymouth, they were all had good turnout. So I did maybe it's circle back to that racing being expensive, and I know outlaw late models are probably close to the top of that tier.
But I don't know. They don't have molded body parts. They just got.
No, but what's under the hood and what makes up the actual functional part of the car.
Yeah.
And when it seems like Yeah, body parts are cheap, but when you're tearing them up every week, it adds up.
If they're just aluminum, beat them out.
Well, so of the divisions that were there, Alex Sexton picked up the street stock feature win. Our buddy from Mini Wedges, Derek Danley, finally got himself a Factory Ford Nationals win.
Yeah, I saw that.
Beat out his brother Devin by about that much.
Yeah.
That was an excellent finish. I don't think you could have pulled that smile off either one of their faces. That was an awesome race to watch. Dakota Milborn, another friend of ours, picked up the Hornet feature. I tell you what, that was an awesome race too, because Kaylee Verdine led a pretty significant chunk of that before getting busted for speeding. So, it was one of those where everybody up front was somebody I wanted to win. Kaylee was up there, Dakota was up there, Chris Kane was up there, Cameron McCruden was up there. That was like, hey, this is cool.
Awesome.
And then Blast from the Past-ish, Danny Brown picking up the Street Stock B feature. I want to say he beat out Rich Segvich, or maybe Segvich was third. But either way, Rich Segvich was there, so that's always fun.
Awesome. Good.
So, yeah, great. And we got round 2 of Fire in the Sky fireworks.
There you go. And you can probably see them a little bit better.
Yeah, it was not anywhere near as smoky and rainy this time.
Yeah.
Although they were right there.
Yeah. Well, if you were in the Joliet area, Route 66 actually did something really cool. They had a big Crown Vic show, but that was just the undercard. They ran I wrote down here, American Big Rig Racing. They were out there running semis.
On the dirt oval at 66. Wow.
Yeah, so if you were out in that
Don't
area.
Don't get any ideas.
Dude.
Work would not let you do it.
I might just be a race car driver yet. I got a chance. So that was really.
I hope nobody you work with watches this.
Yeah, right. Well, I know where a few spares are. Start working on NASCAR After Dark. I know they had a long rain delay Sunday down there.
Yeah, I think they might still be racing.
Yeah, right. But Blaney picked up the win there, and that was a highlight reel. The race there. That was fun to watch.
Getting busted on camera, taking a nap, or admitting to taking a nap during the rain delay.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I probably would have. And then we are recording Wednesday because I was watching some racing last night.
That's what you were doing. Brian wasn't working editing pictures. He was watching racing.
I was editing pictures. They're posted today. You've seen them. You've shared them. But
hopefully you bought some.
I was watching Monday night and Tuesday night the Slinger Super Nationals.
Mm-hmm.
And that
no Kim Kemperman. We didn't go to Slinger.
No, we watched it. I saw her on camera a few times. But what a race that was! If you haven't seen the highlights of the last 20 laps, go over to Flow on Facebook. They've got them shared. I know I shared them with you through Facebook Messenger. But watching that live was absolutely awesome. But Monday night they had this qualifying bracket going on. It was really really cool, really unique. And I think Knippenberg kind of tried something similar at Kankakee a few years ago. But you take two guys out at once, and the faster lap moves on, obviously. And so they got down to the final four, and it was just fastest of the four. And Carson Brown was, I think, maybe 4 to 5 thousandths of a second off the track record.
Wow.
With an 11.002 Monday night. So that gave him not the pole, but qualifying honors. So he went last. And then Derek Kraus won the CRA Prolates that night. And then Tuesday night they come back, ran the Super Nationals, ran their weekly late model series, which saw Josh Nelms was competing and driving for somebody up there. I think he finished 9th maybe, but that was, who won that? I can't think off the top of my head who won it. But anyway, watching up there, Gabe Summers set fast time. I saw Rich Bickle fail to qualify in, and then
Yeah, there was some Facebook drama on that too,
broke in the
because Carson
qualifier,
Hocevar also did not qualify in
but they both got what's the word?
provisional.
Provisional. Yeah,
Yeah.
they were making it no matter what. So they then Bickle broke in the last chance qualifier race. Had to pull off, and then they came back, ran the other late models, and then let's see here. I think it was right at midway point, so it's a 200 lap race. They take a 100 lap break and then basically throw fresh tires on, make some adjustments, clean out the grills, and it's like 10 minutes, much like our Mystery 100 race at Shady Hill, just half as many laps. And I think Ty Majeski had just gotten the lead, like right at halfway. So he came out and started, and of course they're clicking laps off. That is an absolutely fast quarter mile. You know, it's pretty
Rumor
wild.
has it's the fastest, but I know some people at South Bend that would argue that.
Sure. Well, it looked fast last night. And they got all the way down to about 25 laps to go-ish, right in that area. And Majeski had probably like a straightaway or more on Gabe Summers. And then there was a caution. So re-rack them, restack them. Gabe is now right on his tail. And they probably went about 10 laps or so, 15 laps or so, and like Gabe's catching them right on them, and they're rubbing. Rubbin's racing. It was very fun to watch. And with 5 to go, Majeski and Summers got into it, and then the all-out brawl started. Majeski's out, Summers out. Now Carson Brown's got the lead, and Andrew Morrissey's in second. And then those two go at it with a little rubbing before the green, and then a lot of drama, and they restart, and I think they got 3 laps in. No, they got 2 laps in, so 3 to go, and they restart again, and this time I think they put each other in the wall, and they're broken bad. So Carson pulls off, Morrissey pulls off. So now we got 3 to go again, and we got Casey Johnson. Maybe Carson Brown stayed out, but he fell like a brick, just sank. So Casey Johnson took off with 3 to go, and just nobody had anything for him. And I think they had 9 cars finish. In fact, shout out to Blake Brown showing up to work today and making a comment about profits being up this week after last night over there at 5 Star, which is certainly a lot of body parts need to be replaced after last night. And, I know you shared with me the TikTok of the post-race interviews with both Ty Majeski and Gabe Summers, and there is some hate between the two, I think.
Yeah,
one's a little bit more professional.
Safe to say they're probably not going to be exchanging Christmas cards this year.
Yeah, definitely. But man, that was a fun race to watch, and I'm also going back and forth with all this caution stuff going on with the Lucas Oil late models over in Iowa running a big half-mile dirt oval, and them things. Dude, I can't believe those things didn't just sail off into the sun. They are flying down the front stretch and back stretch, and then you got to hit that slide too. Credit to them. Those are drivers. I'll never be that good. But Bobby Pierce and Nick Hoffman put on a pretty good race there at the end that I was watching, and I think Nick finally broke, and Bobby kind of walked away with it in the last lap or two. But, yeah, it's very fun to be able to watch racing almost every night of the week, you know, as long as the rain doesn't get in the way.
Right.
But yeah, there's a lot of racing this week, and that's what we love to see. That's what we love to get, you know. And
a lot of good racing too.
Yeah. I think that kind of gets us all caught up. Oh, Hartford. There were some other shows that happened. Let's see. Hartford up in Michigan had the NOS Sprints on the 9th. Lucas Oil was over. I think they've pretty much been over in Iowa all week. World of Outlaw was in New York early in the week, and then down to Missouri where Dylan McGowan, I think, picked up his first World of Outlaw feature wins, and I think he swept the weekend down there. So yeah, it's just a lot of racing, I tell you. So, but man, it's definitely fun to have both streaming services and kind of just watching whatever. Truthfully, I have it on in the background while I'm working on things. But to sit down and watch a race is pretty awesome. And remain positive about it. Is that a good segue
Yeah,
into our
that's we
big?
can
I don't
we
know. We
can
got
call that a segue. Holy crap, did we get a lot of engagement? That is probably the most encouraging thing I've seen. So
yeah,
hashtag first positive is thank you guys for playing along this week. We're gonna keep that up and gonna get that post up, timely again so that we do get some interaction.
yeah, certainly.
But yeah,
Where do we
where you want to start?
start? Well, I think our first response was from Eddie Wolf talking about Clay
Yeah,
Kurtz winning the feature with the Tony Izzo Senior number throwback. That's certainly got to be positive and feel good. I know.
yep,
Let's
yep.
see.
And
I
then
got on here.
Clay taking the Polish victory lap too. That was awesome.
Oh, nice. A little throwback. Let's see here. I got Kuseba, Brown guy wrote on there. Great finishes with great car counts.
Hmm.
Always positive in racing. Our buddy Carl Podell. Very simple. Is all four tires are inflated. That kid's
You
come a
know,
long way in 2 or 3
some of the
years.
racing I've seen that is a positive.
Yeah. To follow that up, Anthony Carter posted that he got the car home in one piece after the I think the winch snapped. But also, I think I saw him post that he did not get into a fight. Although
Which is also good.
I remember texting him when I got home from Shady Hill. I said, "Did you have any extra friends looking for autographs at your pit after the race?" Because there was little hotheads. That's how racing
And
goes.
racing, what?
It's yeah, right. Somebody took me out, right? And no, the photographer did not get any photos of it, so there's no proof anywhere. I'm sure somebody's got it on their phone though, or maybe behind the wheel might have it if you're looking for it to see what really happened. But continuing on here, I got Brendan Davis with the Davis race. Davis
Davis
family
family
race,
racing.
winning a feature for the first time in 2 years since 2024. The post said.
I believe so. Yes.
And follow that up with our buddy Buju Olch with his big brother winning an M40.
Yes, I believe Derek won at M40.
Yeah.
I think I saw that anyway. We're gonna have to add those out east tracks, or at least watch Buju's podcast more.
Yeah. Shout out to
Which
Buju
yeah,
and his
shout out.
features and features.
Yeah, got his first episode. After you're done listening to this, if you haven't yet, go check out Buju Bullring. Got his first Bleachers to Features, I think.
Bleachers
Episode.
and features.
Bleachers and Features. Yeah, I knew
on,
Bleachers
right.
and Features were
right.
involved.
Say it right.
You can't even say ours right.
Indiana.
India. There. See.
Illiana Car Radio Podcast. Welcome back in. We're talking all things positive. One of my favorites was our buddy Travis Larson, who thinks we're friends and he likes our show. Thank you for being a friend, Travis. We appreciate it. I know you're waiting on me for some things, and we got to get that taken care of. But,
yeah, you don't have gallbladder surgery to blame for that.
Oh, Jesus. Here we go.
See, I bring it up this time.
Get the milk out here. And then his brother, TJ, didn't hit me too hard with the four-wheeler. He did spook me a little bit. I didn't know what was happening.
Well, as long as that's also one of your positives.
Yes, it can be. Let's see. Anthony race car got home safe. Let's see here. Chrissy Penrod said something, but I think it was on yours, so I think you have it written down.
Well, that or I'll dig it up over here on the other monitor where I'm not watching a race.
Yeah. Let's see here. Our buddy Aaron with two of them. His first positive was
he's good for double dipping.
All the racing he got to see Monday night at Kankakee for the Hell Tour.
He had a busy weekend.
Friday night at Grundy, Saturday night at Plymouth, back to Grundy for the Enduro on Sunday. So hopefully work wasn't too hard for him on Monday, and he got to rest up a little bit. His number two positive, his second positive was no injuries. That's always a positive.
Well then, see, he's got a third one here on my post because he's glad he doesn't have to go back to his real job until Monday, which of course is 2 days ago. Now 4 days ago when you are watching this.
Yeah, right. And as I said earlier, we did have a positive from the four banger class split at Shady Hill. Our buddy Nick Biancardi, I'm not sure, I probably butchered that a little bit. Great supporter of ours, and he's very excited about it. It gives him a chance, you know, gives him a chance, and that's what these guys need. These girls need, you know, just a chance. And I will side with the racers in the late models and modifieds. I think those should be qualified. Those are expensive cars. But you know, the more entry level, the lower levels, the bombers, the street stocks, the 4 cylinders, those classes, the Crown Vics, yeah, those things should be pill draw. Give everybody a chance to get into victory lane. You know, learn. You got to learn how to drive in a pack. You know, and I think those are good classes to do that in. You know, and starting a rookie green as can be on the pole of a feature, leading 20 cars that are all 50, 60, 70, $100,000 cars to green. Not the greatest idea.
Yeah, it's a little scary.
I mean, it could certainly be fun for the fans and make for good pictures that we talk about later. But you know, there's a big liability there, and just you can tear a lot of things up. And maybe we get lucky. Maybe, you know, nothing really happens, but I've seen that scenario happen with the modifieds. I got some great photos of Tom Bell rolling over right at the flag stand. I can only imagine what the flagman was thinking as the back end of the car came right past, you know, like kind of nose in the ground like that, right in front of him. You know, it's kind of wild to think about, and it was just because there was somebody that didn't know what they were doing started on the front row, and that's a debate that we can have too. I'm not going to go on a rant, even though I kind of just did. We're just full of rants tonight.
I told you we were going to get another one out of you.
You'll get it. Don't worry. But yeah, it's awesome to see that split. I think it needed to happen because everybody got to race a feature in that 4-cylinder class. We send so many 4-cylinders home every week because there's just so many of them, and we're only starting 20. So, you know, we might have to send 10, 15, 20 racers home.
Yeah.
And now with this split, there's a way better opportunity that all of those guys get to and girls get to race.
Right.
Moving on, old friend from Illiana, Mike McClure, commented, I believe on mine, that his one positive is all the family friend time spent with Frank Galinsky and some of the outrageous stories that he would tell. And that is, I remember growing up watching him. If he didn't win, he was pulling off, right? That's just how good he was.
Yeah.
You know, I do remember a little bit more like when Eddie Hoffman was not really a regular there until he started running for Kamak. But when Eddie showed up, it was Eddie, it was Frank, it was Mike White, and occasionally you'd get Brian Muick up there sticking his nose into things. Like those were the big late model racers of my time. Shout out Sean Mahoney, one of my favorites. Did he ever have a track championship?
Sean, if he did, it was in the sportsman division. I can't remember off the top of my head.
But yeah, I was a big fan of Sean Mahoney's. I do recall one night telling Dad at the old house on Evergreen, Everwood, whatever it was when we lived in Washington Township, that I wasn't going unless Pete Resitar was there. And, you know, I think I liked Pete Resitar because he always had a neat looking car.
Yeah, that was one of the most beautiful cars I've ever seen.
I don't know that he really won much, but I guess I've always been one for good looking cars.
And apparently car count.
Yeah, apparently I needed to see the entry list at 50 years old. Anyway, let's see. So on to more. We actually got having autograph night Saturday night. We got 2 people commenting. They're one positive. Evan Eckhoff, of course, promoter out there. Promoter in training, promoter in training-ish. Anyway, promoter out there at Kankakee.
Scapegoat, guy who gets the blame.
Yeah, there's that too. Was very happy to see the smiling faces during the autograph session there. And Larry Witt also commented, the smiling faces of the future racers down there at Kankakee County Speedway. and that's always positive. Getting fans involved, getting kids involved, it. Larry said it. It really makes it all worth it. You can, and I think that racers should be reminded of that constantly.
Yeah.
We're competitive. We also are competitive. We want to be the best photographers out there. But racers are competitive by nature. Very few are out there and just like, I don't care what happens. They can sit there and say, I'm just out here to have fun, but deep down that like they're trying to learn, they're trying to get better, they're trying to win a race. Everyone out there is chasing checkers, and I think some of them are trying to chase big time race car opportunities.
Yeah.
Win on Friday night in the B main and race NASCAR on Sunday. Right?
Jay and I, we've had that conversation so many times where, swear to God, the Hornet B feature, you get a call from Joe Gibbs the next morning.
Yeah, hell yeah. Maybe we should get a fake phone number.
Oh, dear God.
Listed under Joe Gibbs. Staying on trend with the four cylinders, Sammy Jo Fuller, she was a big benefactor of the four-cylinder split as she got her first top 3 in a feature. What else I got here? We got Brad Carmen. I'm not sure which one of you typed this. DeYoung, but 2 nights of racing with no rainouts, which is ironic because there were some tracks out. But yes.
But neither place they went got rained out. I know they've been kind of waterlogged all season too.
They were getting set to go to Butler, it sounded like, and they looked at the radar and changed plans. They ended up not going, and I think Butler got their Hell Tour show in, if I remember correctly. I guess I didn't comment on that, but I will later. I will later with the PDC.
Okay.
The modified champion will be crowned at the PDC here in this post just over a week. Let's see. Mike Juicius commented his one positive is he only went to the racetrack once this weekend, unlike Aaron and you and me, and got to hang out with a bunch of friends and watch the enduro and hang out with that crowd. I know he's deep in it. Is Service still driving the push car?
No, it was actually Trevor Stark behind the wheel of the push car this week.
I know
that was actually some of the enduro cars that didn't make it was Trevor and Drew. I want to say Drew blew his motor up as he was loading, and Trevor had something else break on his car when he was going to load it up. So they kind of inherited the jam car, and I think they did a good job.
Well, good. That's the one positive that I kind of wrote down.
All right. Over on, because that's the thing is we might have overshared this and got a lot of interaction across several platforms.
We cross post.
Because I got Anthony Carter on mine too, saying that he didn't get beat up.
Yeah, that was the didn't get into a fight, didn't get beat up one.
Yep. Jay Freet, photographer over at South Bend and Plymouth, On Track Design. Go look him up. See all the pictures that he gets posted before I do, because we took a lot of pictures this weekend. His one positive, getting to shoot pictures and the ball with 2 of his best infield friends, which I assume he means Stephanie and Caitlin Powell, because Aaron and I were there too, and we always enjoy that as well. And then Will Boy, actually a friend of mine from high school, his one positive, seeing those sweet GP photos. So thanks, Bill. Shout out for him. Completely unrelated to us, but if you're into the supernatural, spooky kind of stuff going on around the Great Lakes area, go check out his podcast, About the Water, on YouTube. Even if you're not, he has an amazing podcast voice. It's worth a listen. Bill? That is Bill.
That's Bill that does the Apu Nahan Nabita Pedalon voice or whatever?
Sure, I don't know.
I just remember he was able to do some voice from a cartoon. I thought it was.
It's very possible.
I thought it was Simpson related.
It's possible.
I probably haven't seen him since I was 6, demanding an entry list.
All right, moving over to, I think this is our post on the Grundy County Fan Forum page, was Aaron didn't have to go back to his real job till Monday. Brown guy, great finishes Friday, great car counts. You must have read this one.
I read a
And
couple of them.
Yeah, Christy Penrod. Little girl came up to her after her win and said she wanted to be just like her. And I tell you what, that is a person to be like.
I just mentioned it. These kids are looking up
Yeah,
to the racers.
yeah, and well, commenting on that was Ryan Dawson trying to chase Christy down and just having a blast. So that was, even if the Taco Bell might yield some questionable results, I'm glad they were both having fun racing. So yeah, positive all around this week. Thank you all for participating. We will do it again next week, and as often as we make sure we remember how to post that, we'll put our office assistant, secretary, manager, mom on that to make sure we remember.
Yeah.
So Brian,
What?
Have you thought of one yet, or should I go first? Good answer. I'll go first. So my hashtag one positive is actually kind of along something we were talking about earlier. So Saturday night at Plymouth, I actually kind of lost count. I'll have to go through it again, but so many and I talk about this all the time, the mini wedge program is where the future of racing is at. And I saw so many of them either competing Saturday night or on cruise Saturday night. Kaylee Verdine, Evan Verdine picked up a heat win. Cameron Recruden, both Kaylee and Cameron are up front in the Hornet feature. Evan Fox made his first start in the Crown Vic division. Double B Bryson Schrock wasn't driving, but he was there helping Andrew DeVries, I think among others. But I know he's gotten behind the wheel of a Crown Vic a few times. Let's see. Caleb Walsh, who is currently a mini wedge competitor, he snuck in my camera bag and stole the fourth camera and was shooting with us all night.
Good.
So just seeing what that class, really all the graduates, seeing them moving on with their racing careers and having success doing it. That I'm proud of all those kids. I forgot one. I apologize. And I am completely blanking on her name right now.
Still forgetting?
Yeah, still forgetting. Addison Pressler. There we go. She was behind the wheel of a Hornet. They actually got to carry the flag for national anthem.
Awesome.
So yeah, seeing I'm proud of all of those kids, and glad to have been a part of their early racing career.
You done rambling?
I don't know. Did you think of one yet?
Keep rambling. I'm still thinking. No. My one positive for this week, I think, has got to be the support that we get. We posted hashtag one positive 100 times on this thing. Haven't really got much. We finally posted on Facebook and that social, and it seemed to be way more fruitful than just on here. As I don't know that I've ever seen anybody comment on YouTube or Spotify their one positive. I know Aaron's commented. Shout out to the guy, I don't know who it was that commented on our YouTube, but he brought up, I don't know how old you are, but I remember watching the Mad Bomber. I go, yeah, we grew up, because he shot Grundy too, right?
I believe so. I know he was pretty steady at Illiana, but I think he did Grundy too.
Isn't he related to Michael Martin?
I think that's Carrie's brother, but I'm not sure.
Carrie. So there is relation.
I'm sure Casey will let us know after he watches this.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe it was him. in a burner account.
There you go.
Trying to promote the Mad Bomber. But yes, we watched Mad Bomber a lot growing up at Illiana. And if I remember, I don't know if he still does, but wasn't he doing the Cherville Town fireworks too?
Yes, I think that one is Randy McCaslin. So if he was the Mad Bomber, then yes, that's who that is.
Awesome. So
and he always puts on a hell of a show too.
We will get the official word on that from the Martin family. Probably text, maybe comment. we'll get the official word and let everybody know. But yes, my one positive is the support that we get and continue to get. It in true Brian fashion, very open and honest, and we're all the cars are lined up on the front stretch, getting ready to sign autographs, and I'm walking up, and Billy Knippenberg Jr. is parked kind of closest, and like that's just kind of like where I've headed first, and
Mm-hmm.
I just, hey Billy, how's it going, and he's said like good or whatever, whatever he said. It wasn't like super excited or super down by any means, but he had asked, he'd responded like, how are you doing, and I just look at him, I go, it's tough doing this. Working all day and coming out here and shooting, like it's tough, and it's a challenge. And I know that we continue to face our challenges, whether it's time management, resources, um,
Day
the,
job.
the screenshots, of which is just $1, that is free advertising at this point. It's not a real battle worth fighting. But the support that we've got over the years there, like Cheryl made a post, it's a
Mm-hmm.
damn $1, spend it, right? You know,
Yeah.
no, and you can support us in a lot of ways, and that's
I don't know about you, but I've really enjoyed when we get shouted out in victory lane.
yeah. I do recall Nick Allen actually took me up on it. Surprisingly,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think he was going to, but we had worked out a deal, for a full resolution image package for the year, and I said, well, he had mentioned something about he likes to see our pictures to like how to set up the car, and I
Mm-hmm.
said, okay, I'll do it, but you have to, thank me in victory lane as your new setup guy if you win. And he just like LOL whatever. And sure as shit, he wins that Saturday night at Shady Hill, and he's running through his sponsors and thanking everybody. And then he and I just dead lock eyes. And he goes, "Oh, and I want to thank Brian Goodacre for for the new setup, right?" So it's really fun to do what we do
Yeah.
and get the support that we have and continue doing what we are doing. Whether it's the dollar downloads, it's you're buying prints at the track for mom, you're ordering off the website, or if you're just screenshotting it with our big ass logo in there. We look at that as free advertisement. You still get the picture, but you're just gonna have. We should start putting like our faces on there, so you
Oh,
can
there you
get
go.
the GP
You're
fan.
taking money out of these kids' wallets.
Yeah, right. It's just $1, right? I don't care, but
Well,
you know,
yeah, but that goes to pay our website bill,
stacking pennies add up, right? Dollars add up. So, but
and
yes,
websites aren't cheap.
my positive is all the support we get. I think truthfully, I can say this every week. All the listeners and the people that are following along, we really appreciate it. It keeps us doing what we're doing. And we hope to do this for a long time, and
Yeah.
hopefully get to retire early and chase this dream of dads, because let's face it, it wasn't ours in the first place. We've just adapted to it. Dad and his damn
Yeah.
collection has now turned into professional. I'll say we're professional photographers, and now
Yeah.
apparently we feel like we have a platform to share our opinions, and people care. So thank you for caring,
Yeah.
and
Now
we
that's
will
something I didn't anticipate happening.
ramble on. Yeah, right. Hopefully, we can strike up a deal with Five Flag Speedway.
There you go. Or Goodacre Photography for a new hat.
Yeah,
Oh wait, that's me.
yeah. We should. That guy's pretty strapped for cash.
Well, if you contribute $1 for every download,
We should. We should make a damn commercial like Sarah McLaughlin of the ASPCA. For $1 a day, you can support this starving artist and get him a new hat because it looks like shit.
looks like I was sweating a few times. Huh?
Yeah.
Well,
Well.
for a while, this was the go-to when I was working. So it just happened to be
Yeah.
on top of the stack when I was. I need to put a hat on today.
Yeah. Well.
Well, what do we got coming up?
We got a lot coming up. Where do you want to start?
Well, I'm going to start just because I'm going to start because you always start. We got the rescheduled Cheryl Wren Racing for Kids Night at Grundy on top of the Super Cup special. We got the bike giveaways, the candy scramble, all the nickels that'll inevitably end up in the Goodacre Photography cash
City Hill
register down
dollars,
there.
baby.
Yep, we got Super Cups, Mid-Am, Street Stocks are running a double feature because they're making up for that rain out. And Crown Vics on Friday night. Then Saturday, we've got the next six-pack race. This is the Frank Welch Memorial Twin 50s. We got super late models, pure stocks. And this is going to be fun for me to figure out. Sixers and HSRA. HSRA is running double features. And those cars are practically identical. So here's good luck to me anyway, going through and tagging those afterwards.
Good luck.
Then Saturday night out at Plymouth, they have autograph night. If you haven't gotten a hold of Jay Freet by the time this goes live, you are Friday night. Sorry, Friday night at Plymouth. I'm still subliminal messaging here from Plymouth on Saturdays.
I'm on top of it. I have it all written down. Don't worry.
Friday night at Plymouth is autograph day night, whatever.
Autograph.
So
night.
When this post, it is too late. You should have contacted Jay Freet before this point. But they're running Street Stocks, Factory Fords, Hornets, and 4 cylinders. And then Sunday, we're back out there for mini wedges. And I feel like I haven't shot the mini wedges enough this year just due to scheduling conflicts and trying to work around other track schedules. So I'm glad I'm finally going to be back on the track with the mini wedges on Sunday. What do we got going on, Dirty?
I've only been out there once. I've only been out there once.
Yeah, I think I've been there twice this year.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 times.
Great job with the sponsorship.
Hey, I didn't come up with the schedule and something contractual obligation, something mini wedge races on Sundays.
Looking ahead a little bit further, they've got the currently scheduled double play Street Stocks on July 25th, and here's a scary one for you: season championship night at Plymouth Motor Speedway, July 31st. That's 2 weeks.
That is
2 weeks. I mean, they do have some postseason events happening.
Right. We got the Gambler, it's the next Outlaw late model race is
the Grand
in
Slam,
August. The Grand Slam. Yeah, which I think they're I don't know. They've talked about pushing it off to the Brandon Ross Memorial. So that's their next Outlaw late model race, whatever rule package they decide they're going to run. And then the Showdown in September, which I don't know if I've seen yet what all they got planned for that. But
don't
racing.
Thursday night, August 6th, All-Star Pavement Midgets make the return under the Irish Saunders promotion team, or whatever's going on out there, with Tony Smoke Stewart,
who I have on a very, very good resource. He loves Plymouth. He wishes it was 20 minutes from the track. Thank you, Stan Zolotz.
And both Ryan Newman and his daughter, I don't know her name, my bad. So Tony Stewart and Ryan Newman and his daughter will be on track that night racing in the All-Star Pavement.
Sounds like we might need to make a trip out there on a Thursday.
Thursday night. I will be driving past on my beer hog as I come back from the route.
You can bring a second driver, right?
Yeah, right.
Just drop me off at the track.
Yeah, or I'll just have like a Thursday night delivery and it's taking me a while. I'll be back. Don't worry.
Have them put Friday on the truck for you too.
Yeah, right. The Mid-Am Series is at the Dells on July 25th. The Midwest Tour is at Madison on July 24th. The ASA Stars are in Newport, Tennessee on July 25th. And South Bend doesn't come back until late August on the 29th. Still talking traveling series. Mars comes back this weekend. Their only weekend competing in July. Friday night, they're at Farmer City. And Saturday, they're at Charleston for a doubleheader. Both late models and mods are competing this weekend. Their first time since May 30th, but they head into Summer Nationals, so all those late models are kind of busy anyway. And it's what's the word here? It's the big show time. I can't think of the word. It'll come to me later. Crown Jewel
There
time.
you go.
Yep. And then the Mars series doesn't race again until August 7th at Sycamore Speedway. Okay, working backwards. Let's see here. We got, so we are in sprint country. Indiana Sprint Week starts July 23rd and runs through August 1st. It's, I think they start at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, running in that little dirt oval inside the racetrack, the big racetrack. And they just bounce around the state until the end of that, and then continuous sprints. You got the Kings Royal over at Eldora this weekend, so it actually starts. Is today the 15th? Today's the 15th.
Today's the 15th, yeah.
So it starts
when
tonight.
you watch this, it'll be the 17th.
Yeah, so it starts tonight, the 15th, and runs through the 18th. Knoxville Nationals are coming up. The 360 Nationals are August 6th to 8th. The Big Boy Nationals are the 12th to 15th of August. Fairbury's off this week as they prepare for the Prairie Dirt Classic. And that starts Wednesday the 22nd. Yes, Wednesday the 22nd for Flow Racing's One for the Road. Then they pick back up on Friday the 24th for the Prairie Dirt Classic Showdown Night. And then Saturday the 25th is the Prairie Dirt Classic 50,000 to win late models. And then 5,000 to win Summit Modifieds, where they will crown, should be Zeke McKenzie, if you're counting points. But they will crown Zeke McKenzie that night as the Summit National Modified Hell Tour champion. Let's see. This weekend, the 17th, Kankakee has the weekly show with $1,000 to win Crown Vics, along with Kids Summer Bash, which I think they're kind of handing out goodie bags. I know they were looking for a face painter. I don't know if they got one or not. So I'm sure there's a handful of things for the kids to do. And then we're off at Kankakee until Friday, August 21st, which is just weekly racing with Vintage. Yeah, I think I'll finally be able to take a breath, I think. And then Shady Hill has this Saturday night is the rescheduled Firecracker 50, along with the Brewster Baker Classic, and then our Bombers and Four Bangers Pro and Stock are on the card as well. And as I sit here and talk about how much we appreciate all of our support, we get to return the favor with the third. I don't know if third or fourth, but
I don't know.
Anyway,
Lost count.
July 25th will be Fan Appreciation Night down at Shady Hill Speedway. I'll be throwing hot dogs. We're getting shirts made to shoot out into the crowd again. There'll be a bunch of giveaways, so make sure you get there early. Gates open at 5. Get yourself a lucky number program. Who knows? I think they got Fan Bingo attached to it, which I'm not entirely sure how that works. I don't know if they just call out number. I forget. I think Billy explained it on one of our season previews in recent years. But yeah, it's a full slate of racing. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy to think that we're already talking season championship at Plymouth.
Yeah.
And if you're at home counting, Kankakee has 5 nights left. This Friday, the 17th, and then we're off for 4 weeks, and then we're back for 2 weeks there at the end of August. Then we're off 2 weeks, and then we're back for 2 weeks at the end of September. I know Grundy's still got probably well over 20 events.
Oh, they got like 150.
Shady, we're down to like probably single digits at Shady Hill because I think we got 2. I think we've only got 2 weeks in September, plus 4 in August. Maybe it's 5 in August. Yeah, we're at like 8 or 9 events left at Shady Hill for the season.
We're definitely into the second half here.
Yep, we are on the back 9. So if you haven't gotten to a racetrack yet, what are you waiting for? It's getting to be that time. Get yourself a hot dog, beer, soda, whatever you drink, and get out there and enjoy racing. Enjoy it while we got it. And
Yep.
I would guess to say that most of our listeners are going to the racetrack anyway. So it's continue to beat the dead horse. Get to the racetrack.
Bring a
Support.
friend.
Bring friends. Support the racetrack. Support the racers. Support the sponsors on the race cars in the lucky number programs. Not that there's many of those going around anymore. And on all the signs you see at the racetrack, I know that Grundy has a bunch down the back stretch of
Mm-hmm.
billboards. They've got their lucky number program. Shady Hill has one billboard on the back stretch. We got a bunch in Victory Lane, a handful on the scoreboard, and then everyone in the souvenir program there. I know Kankakee's got billboards everywhere. The whole front stretch is lined with small boards. You know, at all the racetracks you go to, there's advertisers and sponsors there that their support really helps us as race fans to
Yeah.
continue enjoying racing. So we urge you all to support those, to continue to support those, so that they can continue to support us. All the sponsors on the race cars, a lot of those are family-owned businesses and friends of the racers, and
Mm-hmm.
they could certainly use all the support and help that they can get, and it would be right by us to support those people. And
Yeah.
I mean, certainly do your Triple B Business Bureau. Don't want to get caught up in some schmucky situation. That's for sure. But support those that
Yeah, and let
support
them know
us.
where you found them. Tell them you saw their billboard at the track, or you saw they were sponsoring a car. It just reinforces how important that is.
Yeah. Um, so before we go, we'd like to support our supporters. Thanks
There's a lot
to
of support
Damn
going
Dimit.
on here.
Yeah, that's all we do. This is a big old support group. I don't know. I'm out here on my rants tonight, just ranting about everything, ranting and raving. So anyway, support those that support us. Where was I?
Damn it,
Thanks
damn it.
to Damn It Dim It for always sharing our podcasts and supporting us and getting great video footage out there at the Grundy County Speedway. Thanks to S4 Motorsports and Stan and all that he has done for us um, over the years. Thanks to our buddy Dirty Bob. Saw him at dinner Sunday night over at Cementos. Him and his wife are there. Kelsey and I were there getting our own dinner. But thanks to Dirty Bob and After Hours Mowing. Again, sounds like you did such a good job at the Gasper household that
I was
they were
just going to
having a
say.
picnic. Yeah, they can continue to have picnics over there, so
Mm-hmm.
must be doing something right. So thanks to After Hours Mowing and their support. Thanks to Mom and her support. I think Mom should be on every race car. I tell you what,
Oh,
man,
God, yeah.
dude, it's maybe Mom doesn't have the financial position to help you there, but man, doing laundry, running errands. What else does she do for you? Press it, all the heat pressing she does.
Mm-hmm.
We sit there and do artwork, and
She
I
runs
text
your
you
photo
about
booth for you.
she, yeah, and I know we do have some mildly official plans that hopefully that August 21st night at Kankakee we will have a photo booth there. Mom will be running it, so be on the lookout for that. If you're out of Kankakee, come down, say hi to Mom, buy a picture. Hopefully, preferably, please do. um, yeah, it's maybe we can run all 4 nights at the end of the season here and figure something out. I'd like to see reason to have it there
Mm-hmm.
because I know that it's kind of difficult because there's no real structure for us to be in, and so we kind of gotta make our own. And right now, it looks like we're just gonna have an easy up with an extension cord and hope for the best. Hopefully, it's not too windy or something.
Yeah.
So we'll get some stuff made up and hopefully get some good sales and show out for the Kankakee crowd. I know that I don't want to say they're desperate for one, but I know it. They certainly would probably like to see one. Why did I say certainly and probably together?
I don't know.
I hope they want to see a photo booth. We're gonna we're gonna do our best to put one together and do our due diligence out there as the official track photographer. I think that having a strong presence will go a long way. And yeah, okay, I'm out there in the infield taking pictures, and we've got good online presence. But I think having actual physical presence out there will help kind of what's the word? Reinforce that. And so if you're out there, stop by and great. I'm gonna.
If you're looking for a job,
I'm gonna have to put together a bunch of.
Yeah, sounds like I got to make sure our printer's working.
We got a month off, but I got some work to do. It's not just putting my feet up on Friday nights after this week for a while. We're gonna be hustling and doing our best for you. So thanks for listening, everybody. We appreciate it. I don't think there's anything else I gotta say. I think I've ranted enough. Thanks for being my support group. I'm Brian Goodacre, and I don't know. That's probably insensitive to those that really need a support group. Whatever.
Well, as Stan always says, this is a sickness.
Yeah. Yes. That's a good intro for next week. I'm Brian Goodacre. Welcome to
There you go.
Racing Anonymous.
Well, it can't be anonymous because you just anyway. All right, yeah, you're getting out there. Travis is gonna yell at us.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for being positive. And we'll catch you at the racetrack.
Yeah.